Never forget that God can do the impossible. It's nothing too hard for Him. We need to stand in a deep, deep faith. The fastest way to get to God is to visit between your knees and the ground. Seriously, don't do it. Okay. Everyone got one of these. Okay, we're going to kind of read this together, and I'm going to answer a whole bunch of questions I know that you're going to have. You have one? Yes. Okay, all right.
Just hold your hand up.
Hold your hand up if you don't have one.
We'll get you one.
We'll get you one, yeah.
We want to make sure everybody sign in on the sign-in sheet that's going around.
As Virgil said, this Put Illinois to Work program is funded by the TANF program, Temporary Assistance for Needy Families in Illinois, and federal stimulus dollars. Most of the money is federal stimulus dollars. 15,000 jobs in Illinois, 5,000 in Chicago. The lead agency for this is Heartland Alliance. Anyone heard of Heartland Alliance? They oversee it. They cut the checks for the program, administer the program. There are maybe 10, 12 subcontractors. Westside Health Authority is one, Bethel New Life is another, and there's a variety of them you'll see when you apply online. And the program was effective a few weeks ago and runs through September 30th. That's when the dollars run dry. And now the intent of the program is not 6 months and done. The businesses that sign up for this program, they're obligated to train you, supervise you, provide the payroll timesheets and so forth to Heartland Alliance that you might be paid directly through Heartland Alliance by the government. And they agree that should you be an exceptional employee during those 6 months, and should you do a good job, that if they have jobs available on September 3rd, you get first crack at it. They're going to give you consideration. So that's why I want to implore you tonight that this is not a gift program. You get this job, you got to earn the right to be a permanent employee. What does that mean? You go to work in time. What's God's word say? It says that we're working for the Lord, not for man. Right? So we're working to please God. Now, why does God care what our performance is in the workplace? Because we're representing Him. So if I'm in part of this program, I go to work and I don't come to work in time, I'm sloughing off when the boss isn't work, I'm backstabbing a fellow employee when they're not looking, I'm taking a half-hour break when it's supposed to be 15 minutes and so forth, I'm not representing Christianity very well. So God expects us to be the best we can be at work. And guess what happens when you are? Raises, promotions, and permanent jobs. So the expectation that all of us have is that you're going to represent the West Side and our community well in terms of your work ethic and your work performance. So on September 30th, then, we hope that most of you, as you get jobs, it'll become a permanent job, and then you for many, many years to come. All right. So we're going to start this first bullet point down here. So for full-time work, and what is that? You have to work a minimum of 30 hours, but no more than 40 hours. Now, what we're saying is most employers want you to work 40 hours. Why? You're free to the employer. In fact, the government's not only going to pay your wages, they're going to pay the company's workers' compensation and Social Security as well. The people that participate in this program are not called employees. You would not be an employee of the company. You'd be a worker trainee. You become an employee when you're hired, or if you're hired on September 30th. Then you become their employee. You enjoy their benefits. If you're not an employee, well, you're up till September 30th. The company is under no obligation to keep you. So if you're targeted for work, it's like any other job. You can't get to work in time. They have the right to let you go. They don't have to keep you until September 30th. So it pays $10 an hour, and all of the subcontractors, including us, have job developers who are out talking to the companies, finding out what their human resource needs are, and then we're matching folks up that come through in their job skills with what the employer needs. In fact, I talked to an employer today An employer wants 2 file clerks, a receptionist, a data entry clerk, and a janitor, as an example. So our job is then to take folks that are looking for jobs, those kind of skills, and match them up with them. So your job skills and you have to have a resume. Now we have people who can help you with that. So you have to have a resume to show to an employer. Now, if let's say that this job with 2 file clerks, they might ask us to send 5 people over that have file clerk experience or some kind of administrative experience, and then you have to interview, and he's going to pick 2. Now, we don't give up the 3 don't get it. We try to send them somewhere else. What I'm saying is, it's not like you sign up for the program and you start Monday. That's not how it works. You still have to interview with the employer. Okay. Now it says to participate in the Put Illinois to Work program, you must be one of 3 criteria. First of all, you must be, one of the criteria is be a parent of a minor child. Secondly, be a non-custodial parent of a minor child. And third, you have to be 18 to 21 years of age and residing with a parent or a caretaker relative at home. Those are the 3 portals of entry. Not everybody meets all those criteria. For those that don't meet those criteria, there's other programs we can talk about to assist you. We have a lot of folks come in. I got a child, 32 years old. Well, as we'll read in a few minutes, your child has to be 17 or under, unless they're still in high school, then it could be 18. If they're 19, guess what? You don't qualify. So those are the 3 kinds of things. So first of all, you have to fit into one of those 3 categories. Next, your household income must be below 200% of the federal poverty level. And that sounds like that's not too good. Now just flip to the next page. We'll go back to this one in a minute. You'll see where it says family size and maximum monthly income. You see that if you're an individual living by yourself, you can make up to $1,806 a month and still be considered within 200% of the federal poverty level. Okay. Now what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to prove that you're within 200% of the federal poverty level. By the way, because 3 is $3,052 and so forth. Now, they look at earned income and unearned income. Earned income is, and they look at the household. Okay, so if I'm living with a wife and a child who's living in a household, okay, if I don't have any income but my wife is working, she's got to bring in, or the guy's got to bring in her last 2 paychecks, see what she's making a month. That's included towards the $3,052 a month. So earned income is you're working a job, you're either underemployed. You don't have to be unemployed for this program. You can be underemployed. Does everyone know what that means? You're working 10, 15 hours a week, it's not enough to make it. So you can be underemployed or unemployed. And so they have to look at all the people in the household. So earned income is wages. Unearned income is unemployment, SSI disability, linked costs, those kinds of things. So you have to be able to prove it. Any subcontractor, we have to have the documents. The federal government's already told us we're going to be auditing these federal dollars involved. In addition to that, when you flip back to page 1,
how you doing?
we have to be able to prove, especially in category 2, the non-custodial parent of a minor child. In most cases, that's a father. Sometimes it's a mother. What that means is that, for example, most cases, a father is not living with the mother and the child. They're living in a different household.